Hello, Herr Count von Sensenderfer. Yes, before we move on to some new business, I would like to take out some viewer mail that I received this week. One comes from Jean. Jean believes that my interpretation of the phenomenon of the circus clowns in a dream that were in a library of Mr. Topper was not correct. He does not believe that because the circus clowns were in a library, that they therefore would be reading. Because, evidently, he himself does not read in a library. Well, after such incredible logic as that, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? When, after all, I have studied psychiatry and he has not. But yet, evidently, he believes that he can interpret such dreams better than me. Well, I'm going to let my own viewer take that into consideration and figure out for himself whether he will take his word or he will take the word of Herr von Sensenderfer. I think that he will take my word. Also, I think as evidence, I'd like to show you the letter that I received from John. See? Right there. Also, you'll notice that down here, his son is named Jon. I don't believe that is how you spell John. Goes directly to the problems within the education system. He also misspelled a few other things in here. He also drew a picture of me, which I did not think was very flattering. But we will forgive him for that, because obviously, he's rather ignorant. Anyway, yes, it turns out that I saw this letter, and I thought, man, this man must be 4, 5, 6 years old. I thought I was a child. Turns out that he's a 40-year engineer. But what can we say? The man deals with numbers all day. He cannot be expected to deal in these deep psychological, philosophical kind of things that I'm thinking of. These big, wonderful things. Anyway, back to also, we must talk about Mr. Topper. Mr. Topper wrote back about his dream that the circus clowns were women, and that they happened to be very, 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 very large women. Now, one can look at this and say, well, he just wants to have a large woman in his life, and that's, something that he can find. I think they can be found at local convenience stores. There's many shopping centers where I've seen some large women, and I think that Mr. Topper can go there and see them. This could also be interpreted as in a complete mental state within his mind, that some people, for instance, see the mind as both contrast between the male and the female, and that those two sides were within not only physical space, as we have the battle of the sexes, but within our own minds, that we all have a little bit of the feminine and a little bit of the masculine within us. And perhaps Mr. Topper is having some internal conflicts between his masculine and this now larger, overwhelming physicality of the mental physicality, that is, of the female. And this could overwhelm his masculine side, and he'll become more feminine. But that, in and of itself, is not, in our enlightened age, such a bad thing. Maybe he should branch out and take on some knitting, perhaps, or something. Or maybe he should, wear a fancy scarf or something that might make him, fulfill this side of him that needs to come out and be expressed. The other possibility for Mr. Topper is that the dream represents a sheer physical situation, in which case, maybe perhaps his name, his family name, is a dead giveaway, that perhaps he has to be on top, so to speak. That in the physical union of the sexuality, he believes that he's a missionary man. I would think that he should maybe break out from this a little bit. Perhaps he should read some books or get some videos. It's a modern world, and you can express yourself in more ways now, Mr. Topper. I think that you'll find this enjoyable. Well, anyway, that is covering the old news, and we will be moving on to some new topics Maybe later this week, or perhaps next, depending on my heavy schedule. But I will see. Adieu.